Okay, I'm back. Same day as the intro, uh, March 11th, 2015. And I just got finished doing a mile run, nonstop. Uh, I like to do a walk first, walk a good distance. I usually walk about a mile, then I'll run a mile. Depending on how I feel, I'll probably do more. Excuse me. But yeah, uh, I've been running since I was probably about 12. Um, the reason why I started running was because I was diagnosed with asthma, bronchitis, back in like kindergarten, like young kid, and that always bothered me. So I would have to take inhalers for those years, and I started playing sports when I was about 12, middle school, wrestling, and I just knew that inhaler was going to be an impediment. So I had to start figuring out ways in which I could get over this, and I realized that the steroids that are in inhalers are only uh, a crutch. It's a band-aid to help strengthen weak lungs. And so I figured out that there are better ways to do this, more natural, more permanent ways to do this. And one of them is by just working your lungs. If your lungs are weak, if the body is weak, if a muscle is weak, then you have to work it. And so that's what I started doing. And so I just started doing that, and I would run at night because I was embarrassed to run during the day because I could only run a short distance. So I would run at night, and at first I could barely get down the street, but I would keep doing it every night, and uh, I was able to, incrementally push myself further, go and run longer and longer distances. And so with that, eventually, I was able to run uh, nonstop, basically. I mean, by the time I reached age 15, I was able to run. I could run 3 miles, you know, uh, basically nonstop. But I mean, that's a lot. And I usually just cut it down to 1 mile. Um, and in the warmer days like this, it's warm now, so I can basically be outside for as much as I want to, exercise and run for as much as I would like. But yeah, and I realized through herbs and things like that, and this is not medical advice. It's just something that I did. Um, Caffeine is a what's called a bronchodilator, meaning that it opens up the uh, the vessels in the lungs, the alveoli, which are the little sacs inside the lungs, kind of resemble grapes. If you open up your lungs, they kind of look like a bunch of grapes, and the caffeine will open that up to allow more air to come into the body, and also allow more air to run throughout the body. That's just one of the ways in which caffeine works. So if you ever noticed, uh, you drink coffee, eat chocolate, something like dark chocolate, something that has a lot of caffeine in it, black tea, green tea, you may notice that you breathe a little bit better. And I noticed that, and I would use it, and it would help me, and it would help strengthen my body more, help oxygenate my body more. But running is a big part of my life. Jogging, cardio. I love jumping rope. I started doing that recently, a couple months ago. I incorporated that into my regular routine. Jumping rope, jump rope. It's a game changer. And if you know how to do it properly, if you know how to jump rope right, that will you can work your whole body, wrists, forearms, ankles, calves. Um, you might even feel it in your shoulders, and also it works the heart. And because it works these extremities, like the wrists, forearm, ankles, calves, it works the extremities, the outer limits of your body. That strengthens heart health and blood circulation, so you get a stronger heart because of that. But the quantum life model, going back to the title or the name of this channel, which is the overarching theme of this channel, the quantum life model, the quantum strategy. It is basically a life model that I created um, based off of 27 years of observation. I'm 27 years old at the moment. Based off of 27 years of observation, and basically it will allow you to do whatever it is that you would like to do, so long as you follow the model. And it's the model for the age, for the time that we live in, and the way that things are going. But that's just one tidbit of the quantum life model. So we'll get into that later on in later videos. But I plan on making videos, as often as possible, as much as I can. I just want to get content out there. I really want people to see it, because I think I have something that's good for everyone. And like I said, right now it's March, and this is currently the month of Ramadan. In Islam, Muslims are practicing all over the world Ramadan, which is the observances of the lunar cycle, when the moon turns into a crescent. And later on, and as it goes through the phases over the course of 30 days, from sunup to sundown, which is iftar, from sunup to sundown. You're not allowed to eat or drink. No fluids, no food, all the while the sun is out. So you would have iftar, sahur, which is an early morning breakfast before the sun comes up. And then you have iftar mubarak, which is a late dinner, late meal when the sun goes down. So while I'm speaking to you, having done exercise, having ran, I haven't eaten anything, I haven't drunken anything. And basically, if you want to look at it from a scientific perspective, it is basically intermittent fasting. And intermittent fasting is when you go for an extended period of hours, less than a day, in which you don't, well, depending on how you fast, you can go, without food, but maybe drink. But in my case, and in the case of Ramadan, I go fully with no food and with no water. And dry fasting, which is something that I practice year round, throughout the year. Dry fasting is no food, no water. And the longest that I've ever done that is 72 hours. During this month of Ramadan, I'm going to strive to perform a dry fast of at least 5 days, and maybe longer. And dry fasting, I've noticed that it's a difficult task, but it's one of the most beneficial things that you can do for your body. And people will probably look at me crazy, and anyone who's ever talked about it, which you don't really hear much of it. But dry fasting, people think that you can't go a day without water, so many days without drinking anything, without eating anything, and that's totally false, based on my experience and the experiences of others. So these are some of the things that we'll be talking about within my channel. Dry fasting, like I said, semen retention, the quantum life model, me showing, improving, and trying to make a financial source of income from YouTube, through making videos and things like that, and hopefully gaining some traction, gaining subscribers. Please subscribe and comment down below, what you may think about Ramadan, or what you think about fasting, things that you might want to learn more about when it comes to running, or herbs and things like that can help increase your physical power. So until next time, I'll probably do another one later on. Thank you.